make sure you click that red subscribe button down below. But yes, today I am coming to you with a how-to with basics makeup. Yes, and today we're talking about the color wheel, all about that color theory, y'all. So stay tuned if you would like to know what the heck this is and why does this make sense to even makeup. Okay, so color theory, it's such a big deal, y'all. It's such a big deal, and it's not just a big deal for people that, you know, they paint, they do strong. No, it's for fashion, it's for advertising, it's for makeup, it's for any profession that has to do with anything with coloring. Yeah, or coloring of colors. And really, at this point, it's like that's every person. Probably gonna come to a point where we all gonna need to know it, because it does save a lot of time with going to find eyeshadows when you can make it yourself at home. And hopefully by the end of this video you'll be able to do that, or make your own lip color, your own, and so have you. I hope so. So before I start, I have to say that there is a part 2 to this video. This is part 1, and part 1 is just going to talk about the color wheel and everything that involves about the color wheel. And part 2 is going to will show a demonstration of me using one of the color schemes from this color wheel, and also showing you how I color correct. So definitely watch this video first, so you understand the terminology and science and stuff about it. So when you watch the demonstration, you'll be able to understand it more in depth. Just want to let you know that it is a 2-parter. This is my pocket color wheel. I hope you can see it. Let's see. I hope so. I'm hoping so. Yeah, it's the light's kind of probably showing a glaze. This is my pocket color wheel, and I got it from Joann and Fabrics. So anywhere that you can, that's fabrics, that's there at that store, you can be able to find one. I believe Amazon has one too, and there's ways you can download, but I say get it. Don't download it, because it is so much easier to be able to do this, do that. Trust me, it's worth it, and it's so explanatory, so self-explanatory. Like, all the information I'm gonna tell you is actually on this wheel. Like, I didn't have to really make notes to just stay on task, because it's on the wheel. So the main thing of knowing right off, and this is the front and this is the back, so we're gonna go in the back in a minute, but the front, the main thing you want to know about a color wheel, the first word I should say, is what is a hue? H-U-E. A hue is a form of a color. It's basically just talking about more specific of a color, and a hue can be any of these colors. And so you would know right off the colors you're seeing. Yes, they're colors of the rainbow. Yeah. So if you can remember the colors from the rainbow, you're pretty much halfway there with the color wheel. Okay, but hue is just a form of the colors, so that is something that you need to know right off. And the next is, let's get into the colors. So primary colors is red, yellow, and blue. They're primary colors because these colors cannot be mixed with any other color to be formed. So you can't create these colors, you just can't with any other color. They are best alone. Okay, primary. Now you can mix primary colors together, okay, and that's how you come up with the secondary colors, like the green and the violet and the orange. That's how you get secondary color. And then with a primary and a secondary color, you can actually create a tertiary color, and that is where you get the red violet, the blue green, the yellow green, and so have you. So those are just things and tips that you should know right off, so that will make it a little more easier understanding. Now, I've already did an undertone video, but the reason why I mention that is because you even know about that you can even understand that more in depth on your color wheel, because it actually even tells you, okay, warm colors are reds, oranges, yellows, and cool colors are greens, blues, and violets. And you can even see it on this side, and I'll show you in a minute. Stay on it first, where it will show you, okay, this is where you're going to cool color. Okay, no, you're going to warm colors. See, it's mandatory. And if you haven't checked out my undertone video, it's in the suggested videos flopping around around here somewhere. 3 other things you need to know before you're on the back. You need to know. A tint is when you add white to a color. A tone is when you add gray to a color, and a black is when you add when it's a shade, pretty much. So right here, you actually can see that more in depth. Like if you add a red to this, well, let's add a color that's not here. Okay, you add yellow to violet, you get this like brownish, almost gold color. Yeah. You add white to red, you get this almost pink color. You see, and then you add black to red orange, you get this like darker color. It shades it. So that's why it's important, because if you have like a white base, and you're gonna see that in the demonstration in part 2, where I'll show you when I put a white base on my eye and my lips and what color it makes. Awesome. Now I didn't show you black, but if you want to, leave me a comment in the comment box and I can show you what it looks like if you put a color on top of like black base. I'll love to show that for you if you want to see that, so let me know in the comment box. But sometimes you need something on the go, like to correspond with your outfit or color scheme that you have going for today, and you don't have it on you, or you're working with a client and you need to have color. Well, this is where the color wheel comes in handy. Pick up that pocket color wheel. Okay, so I'm working, I need this. Okay, so we know that a hue is a form of color. We know that colors are, all the colors are pretty much the rainbow colors, and primary colors are actually red, blue, and yellow. Secondary colors are green, orange, and violet. And then we know that if you mix a primary color in a secondary color, you get a tertiary color like yellow, green, and blue, violet. And we know if you mix a color with white, you're going to tint it. If you mix a color with gray, you're going to tone it down. And if you mix a color with black, it's going to be a shaded color. So now that we know that, we can go on to the back. As well as we know that, okay, red, oranges, yellows are warm. And then cool colors are the blues and the greens and the violet. In the back, you get to see. So there's a few stuff because there's so many different color schemes on here, but just what you need to know is that when you turn on the back, you will see, like I said, cool colors are going this way where you see violet, and then the warm colors are going the opposite way, where you will see the reds and orange at just right off. And then you also will notice that you're seeing 3 different colors underneath the color, right? The base, the main color. Well, why? It's because this is showing you more in depth of what a tint, a tone, and a shade is. So violet, this is a violet color right there, but this is what it looked like, and that's with white added to it as a tint. This is when gray added to it as a tone. And this is what it looks like with black added as a shade. This goes into the first color scheme that I'll talk about, which is the monochromatic color scheme. Got it right, y'all. Because sometimes I mess up these words, but I know what they mean. I mess them up. But anyway, so that's basically when you're using a hue, a color, and you're just using different tints and tones and shades of that color. I actually chose to do that as my demonstration for part 2. Is a monochromatic look. I didn't choose, this lip color is different. This is actually a different color, another color scheme that I'll be talking about just in a second. But the next one, analogics, is the one that is pretty more simpler, and that is when you're actually utilizing colors that are right by each other, and you can use at least 2 colors and then up to like 5. So right here you'll see blue, and then blue violet, violet, and red violet, and red. And these colors will correspond with each other, and they would be known as analogies color scheme. So the next color scheme that I will talk about is complementary. And the complementary is where it's just 2 colors directly from each other. And you can see here, this is blue and this orange. And this goes back, this goes into like the Christmas colors. Like you see, this is green and this is red. Green and red is Christmas colors, but they wasn't chosen accidentally. It's chose purposely because they correspond the best. They are complementary. They complement each other the best. See why it does when you color correct. How that how you cancel out any redness with the green. That's makes more sense, right? When you cancel out, when you use yellow to cancel out blues, violets, and stuff like that, it makes more sense. And orange corrector, how you cancel it out for dark spots in general. It's just, it makes more sense when you see it on the color wheel, because it's like, oh, okay. So that's what is the triad, and that's when you use 3 different colors. So you'll see here when you get your own, and this there's a triangle. You'll also see complementary, split complementary, and all that too. What is so cool, like I said, so self-explanatory, is this triangle right here. You would choose, let's say violet, because it's already there. What would be the best for the triad? Colors that correspond the best for that color scheme would be green, orange. So it's those 3 colors. See? Try using these 3 anyway, right? The last one I will talk about is triad, and that is when you combine up to like 4 colors on the wheel. And this is actually a square. The triad is a square. So you will see, okay, green. So green will go with violet, which will go with red, which will go with yellow. Those colors, and they're really cool to do too, because you can have enlighten you to understand more about the color wheel, and definitely go and buy it. Don't just take my word for it. Don't just listen to me talk. Go and buy it yourself and learn it, because it's so awesome. And again, don't download this. Go get it. Go get it sealed. And know that you can use this for color correcting. You can use it for understanding your undertones. You can use this to create colors. You can use this eyeshadows. Just so much, and even balancing out probably even foundation. It's just so much you can do once you know what colors go with well, and what you can do to tint a color, to shade a color, to tone down a color, and so happy. Thank you all for watching, and I hope that again that you now know what hue is, that you know what primary colors are, secondary colors, territory, complementary, monochromatic, all those different fun will help you out when you're doing a client's makeup, or when you're doing your own, or just when you're just shopping and you want to see what works for you and what you can gain knowledge of too. But I thought I would talk about this because it makes so much sense, and I'm going to be doing an eyeshadow video soon enough. Let me know if you definitely want to see that sooner, but that is going to make more sense for you to come back to color theory, this video, so you understand more why I chose the different eyeshadows. Of course, when you watch the part 2 demonstration, you will be able to understand that more in depth. But yes, definitely, like I said, watch part 2 of me doing the monochromatic blue violet theme. And like I said, I'm going to show you how you can tint a dark blue color. Oh my gosh, amazing. And it actually turned out to be my favorite color, but I actually did some other stuff with eyeshadows, because I like to add eyeshadows and stuff to make my lips color the way I want. There's so much you can do when you know how to work color. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have a blessed day, and I will see you in my next video. Again, check out part 2.